Hey Canada, it's Earl. We are witnessing an absolute high-stakes digital game of chicken in Ottawa, and the establishment just blinked. For weeks, the Liberal government thought they could quietly push Bill C-22, the Lawful Access Act 2026, through the House and force a massive digital dragnet onto your phone. But they completely miscalculated. The biggest tech giants on the planet just lined up, looked the Minister of Public Safety dead in the eye, and told him they would rather pull their services out of Canada entirely than comply with state-mandated surveillance. Facing a total tech exodus and a humiliating public defeat, the Liberals have just announced a massive backdoor retreat, vowing to amend the most toxic parts of the bill.
Let's look at the facts of this rebellion, because the testimony dropped at the Public Safety Committee this week was pure fireworks. The government tried to play off Bill C-22 as encryption neutral, claiming it wouldn't create systemic security flaws. But the tech world called their bluff. Apple's senior privacy director stood up before MPs and stated flatly that this bill allows the government to force companies to secretly break encryption by inserting backdoors into their products, and declared bluntly that Apple will never do it. Google's director of government affairs blasted the bill's provisions for secret ministerial orders, calling them completely out of step with global democratic standards. But the real hammer came from the secure messaging app, Signal. Their leadership came out and warned they would completely withdraw from the Canadian market rather than compromise the privacy promises they made to their users. Think about that. No more secure iMessage, no more Signal, and a massive line of privacy-focused VPNs like NordVPN and Windscribe, all threatening to turn off the lights in Canada, because the metadata retention mandates make their security architecture legally impossible to operate. To make matters worse for Carney, this blew up into an international trade nightmare. The chairs of both the U.S. House Judiciary and Foreign Affairs Committees sent a joint letter warning Canada that Bill C-22 would directly compromise North American cyber defenses by forcing companies to build bypass tools that foreign hackers could easily exploit. So, why are the Liberals suddenly retreating and promising major amendments to their own signature privacy bill? Because they are running the exact same disastrous playbook that blew up on them with the Online News Act, and they know they don't have the numbers to survive a second corporate blackout. Last time, they claimed Meta was bluffing about banning news, and Meta followed through. If Apple, Google, Meta, and Signal pull features or exit the Canadian market over encryption laws, the digital economy slams shut. And the timing is completely lethal for Mark Carney. His government is already bleeding out from a technical recession and a total internal civil war. Stephen Guilbeault is gone. 14 rebel Liberal MPs have signed a letter of protest against the leader's energy direction, and the flagship budget bill, Bill C-30, is teetering on a knife-edge 170 to 164 vote. Carney mathematically cannot afford a multi-billion-dollar tech war that outrages everyday Canadian consumers and drives American tech capital out of the country. The Privacy Commissioner stepped up, demanded the bill be gutted to include strict judicial oversight, and the minority Liberals had no choice but to fold their cards and retreat to the drawing board.
This is a historic, concrete victory for digital privacy and common sense over state overreach. It proves that when people, experts, and the creators of our digital infrastructure stand together and refuse to hand over the keys to the state, the gatekeepers can be forced to back down. Thanks for watching. Stay awake.